Hey, what's going on, guys? I had to make a second video because of the things that I was reading and people talking about it, and you know what? And I need to further explain what I was saying, and a lot of people do not take in consideration what it is that I was trying to say, and I'm trying to give a different perspective, and try to be subjective without being objective. So that's kind of tough because no matter what you say, you're gonna rub people the wrong way. Whether it's a Cotto fan, whether it's a Floyd Mayweather fan, or whether it's a fan that thinks they know everything. So I'm not here to say that I know everything. I'm just here to say that I'm just a boxing fan with an opinion, and that's pretty much it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. So let me get into it. Miguel Cotto. Why did I say that he stole the fight? Stole the moment, stole the night. And I say that because I'm a boxing fan that's been following boxing before Manny Pacquiao became Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather became Floyd Mayweather. Like, there's a lot of people that enter this era and that's all they know. Like, they don't know anything about previous fighters. So it's just like, what else? How much more boxing knowledge can you have, or how much more history do you know about what's going on? So one thing that plays into boxing, as in every sport, is the mental aspect of your game. And if you don't believe it, then you've never played a sport. Because whether you have all the talent in the world and all the skills, it's your mind that allows you to make your skills sharper and for you to become that much greater or that much of a less of a person than you could be. So how many people, let me put some examples to you. How many people have been first round picks for basketball? Let me use an example that I know. Kwame Brown, number one overall. That guy ended up being a piece of shit. And if you don't know who Kwame is, look it up. That guy sucked dick, and he was a first overall pick. So he had the talent, he had the skills. He just didn't know how to hang and do simple stuff in the NBA, and that was that. Let's use the NFL. Remember when Ryan Leaf and Peyton Manning were battling of who was gonna be the first overall pick, or the first rounder between the QBs, and everybody was choosing Ryan Leaf over Peyton Manning. Ryan Leaf became a fucking bust, a terrible guy on and off the field. Peyton Manning became Peyton Manning. We all know that. So that's just to give you some examples of the mental aspect of the game, where you can have talent, but you also have to have that mental aspect to be that much greater. Now, getting back to the subject of Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto was probably the best fighter that I had seen in recent memory when he was coming up and when he was already winning. He was that type of fighter before he faced Antonio Margarito. That guy, he got beat up so bad that it completely changed the type of fighter, the way he approached fights, and the way he believed in himself mentally. Because at that time, he was undefeated, and he was Miguel Cotto, man. He was a shit. At that time, they were trying to make Miguel Cotto and Mayweather happen. That's the time they were trying to make it happen, at that time when he was the shit. And what ended up happening, this guy got butchered in the ring by a guy that used loaded gloves. Just imagine the mental aspect. Mental aspect of this after the fight. It looks like you got in a fight with a wolf. You are just cut up. It looks like, you just came out of a car wreck. And it's in front of your wife. And it's in front of your kid. And you have to go home and sit on this loss. Then you find out that the guy was using loaded gloves. So you got fucked up. He ruined your record. He ruined you being Miguel Cotto. Like, everybody was like, what the hell was that? He got his ass whooped. Try to recover from that. He tries to come back for that. He faces Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao drains him. He fights him at a catch weight. Not his natural weight, the catch weight. So he loses to Manny. Of course, Manny is, honestly, I feel like he's on something. And he fucking whooped on Miguel Cotto too. So think about it. Like, you trying to get over one hump, and then you get up fucked up by Manny, and it's just like, at this point, where do you stand? In your mind, where do you stand? You went from being undefeated to getting humiliated, embarrassed, fucked over in your previous fight. You're trying to come back because someone drains you and then whoops the shit out of you. God, like, just think about it. You went from being the shit to a piece of shit. You know, mentally you're distraught. And you saw the way he came back from that fight from Margarito. He was not the same fighter. If you know boxing, you could tell that he was not the same fighter. Then he comes back after the Manny Pacquiao. You know, he gets a couple of fights. He still doesn't look the same. Even when he's winning, it looks like it's in doubt. The Margarito fight, even that one looked kind of shaky. That he just didn't look the same. That's what I'm getting at. That most people don't get. Then he comes and fights Floyd. And he doesn't look like the Miguel Cotto of the previous 3 fights. He looks like the Miguel Cotto of before Margarito. The one that fought and boxed and brawled and did everything in his power to try to get that W. That's why I say that he stole the night. So for people that can't give credit where credit is due, get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody's discrediting Floyd because Floyd is going to be Floyd. Well, I already know how he does. He wins and he's just doing Floyd. But people don't see that that's him. They're used to that. We're used to seeing Floyd pick apart people. We're used to seeing Floyd roll punches. We're used to seeing Floyd adjust to a fight and take a fighter's best punch away. That's just him. But what have we seen? The Miguel Cotto of old? No, but we got it. And it made a great fight. That's why I said that. Now, another thing that they're saying, that people started writing, that Miguel Cotto wasn't even close to beating Floyd. Honestly, no. But was it entertaining? Yes. And then they're saying that Floyd carried the fight. Like, he allowed it to happen and to go that far. To be honest, I'm not even going to answer that because I don't know that. You know why? And you can't answer it either, to be honest, because you're not Floyd. You're not fighting. You don't know what he was thinking. You don't know what he was doing. And you don't know the game plan that was in the ring or in the corner. They say they don't have a game plan, you know, according to Roger, that they say they don't know anything about the fighter. But come on, seriously. But anyways, you can't say that. You really can't. And if Floyd would deliver what fans wanted, his previous fights before Victor Ortiz, they wouldn't have been boring. I could have slept through them because it was just, you know, I mean, I don't want to say that disrespectful because his style is not exciting. That's the proper way to say it. His style is not exciting. So the Victor Ortiz fight, if he gave fans what he wanted, he wouldn't have done the 1-2. But at the same time, he's going to do what he's going to do. That's why I'm trying to make people understand that he's just not going to think about it. If you're going to make $20 million on a fight, do you want to let it go 12 rounds? Do you really want to be in there, you know, 30-something, 40-something minutes boxing? If you could end it, you're going to end it. But then again, like I said, I can't say that because I don't know what he was thinking. And neither can you because you don't know what he was thinking. So honestly, that's kind of, nobody can answer that question about he was carrying him. You could assume and you could be controversial about your opinion, and that's fine. But don't make it seem like it's the Holy Bible where everybody has to respect it and believe into what you're saying. Another thing, people were saying that Miguel Cotto won this fight. He did not win this fight. Miguel Cotto did not win this fight. I'm sorry if you felt that he did. The only thing that I feel is that the fight was a lot closer than it looked in the cards. I personally, my scorecard was 8-4. You know, 8 for Floyd, 4 to Cotto. That's about as close as it got. But I don't think it was such a lopsided thing where the actual cards were, I don't know, I think it was like 119, 111 or something like that. So he didn't win this fight. He didn't do enough to win this fight, and that's that. You know, that's the way it is. But it's true what people say, that, you know, that's the beauty of boxing, that everybody has an opinion and you could always go with the what ifs and the what ands and, you know, what if this happened and he did this and he did that. The point is, it happened and it was entertaining, and it was the far most entertaining fight that I have seen since a long time with Floyd. You know, so honestly, just answer it. When was the last time a fight with Floyd was exciting before Cotto? You really It takes a couple years, doesn't it? Oh yeah, thank God I remembered. Thank God I remembered on this. Um, People are saying that this comes to show you how people don't know what they're talking about. They're saying that Floyd beat the younger fighter. It's a numbers game. 35 compared to 31. Yes. But it doesn't determine anything. It determines the type of people you fought, how many times you fought, the type of wars you've been in. Miguel Cotto has been to 1,000 wars and back. Let's just be honest, dude. He's never taken anything, and he's never dodged anyone. Anything they put in front of him, he's tried it. You know, he's never really negated anybody. But Floyd, people forget his retirement and his temporary leave from boxing. So he hasn't gone through wars where he's been bloodied and, you know, fought such and such to the point where you're just like, damn, he didn't shy away from nobody. He fought everyone that was available. So that age difference, it doesn't matter. It's kind of the same thing. So older fighter versus younger fighter, no, because it matters in the rounds and the type of punishment you've been. A fresh boxer or fighter is a person that's conserved themselves really well, has never been really beaten up brutally, who's all mentally there. You know, that's a fighter that took care of himself. A fighter, I'm going to use an example, a fighter that doesn't give a fuck and is a stupid ass and stays there to the very end, even though they're not going to win at all, is Antonio Margarito. So, there's those type of fighters that risk their health for no fucking reason, just to be an idiot and be like, oh, I got the heart of a warrior, I'm never going to give up. Come on, dude, like, I will understand if it was a seesaw battle to the end, but once you are losing by like a shitload of rounds, there's no need for you to take that type of punishment. And look what he did. He messed up his eye. He almost lost his eye. So another thing, people want to criticize Miguel Cotto when he took a knee when he was getting punished. Come on, man. Be honest. Who needs to take that type of shit? When you're already lost and you're bleeding all profusely, what more do you have to prove, man? It's like, fuck it. Wrap it up. There's going to be another day. And he had his day versus Mayweather. So, you know, to everybody saying that he was a pussy for taking the knee, you need to analyze situations before you actually give an opinion of that magnitude. So, again, I know I'm going to miss some topics or some points that people try to bring up. And, oh, okay, another one. And this is the one that irritates me the most out of a lot of things they say. CompuBox. There's one thing to go by CompuBox stats and one thing to actually watch a fight. You cannot dictate a fight just because of stats unless the stats are staggering and it's a lopsided fight. That's when stats are like, you could look at them. But stats don't really tell a fight. You have to watch the fight. I'm going to use another example for you guys. Marquez versus Pacquiao. We all saw this last fight. Marquez, in my opinion, again, my opinion, he won that fight, and a lot of people agree with it, and a lot of Filipinos agree with it, and a lot of white people and a lot of black people, everybody. A lot of people from everywhere agree that Marquez did enough to win that fight. But, you know, Pacquiao fans, and I don't want to say Pactard fans, they're like, look at the stats. Stats didn't mean shit, man. You have to look at the style, the way the fight went. You know, you have to look at all these factors. So that's why people, amateurs that just started following boxing a couple years ago, even a few years ago, those numbers do not dictate a fight. So, like I was saying, there's going to be a lot of topics that I'm going to miss. People are still going to have something to say even to this video, but I covered what I wanted to cover, you know, to clarify things. So again, for my subscribers that already subscribed from my last channel to this new one that I brought back, it's you know, thanks a lot. Keep up the videos more consistently. And for new followers, thank you for subscribing as well. Again, this is just an opinion from a boxing fan that's been following for a while now. So, thank you for watching. Take it easy and have a good night.